Hi everybody, I'm back. So our chicken broth has been going for about 20 hours now. We're going to add the vegetables. So one thing I want to tell you is there's a really easy way to do this. So instead of just getting new vegetables that you're going to put into this, use your scraps. That means use every inch of the vegetable, just like you're using every bit of the chicken. So in here I've got scraps from the last couple of weeks of celery. Owen's helping again. Carrots, we have some onions, and you can even use the shell of the onion, the skin. It's going to make it a little bit bitter, but honestly I haven't had a problem with it, though some people, their taste buds don't go so well. So we really don't need much. I just kind of have what I have. If I had less, I would still put it in. It smells so good. So we're just going to go ahead and put our veggies in. And I'm going to just use a little spatula to kind of make sure that they're submerged under the water. And then we're going to put the lid back on and let it cook for another 4 hours. One thing I do want to point out, I kind of forgot to mention or talk about a little in the first video, is the bones. Where do you get the bones? Where do they come from? There's a couple different options. The first option, the easy one, is go and get a pre-cooked chicken from the grocery store or even Costco, one of those rotisserie chickens. Just make sure that you look at the ingredients. You really don't want something with extra additives, like extra sugars, and maybe some icky things that you just don't want. So really look at the ingredients of those, but you can absolutely use them. Take all the chicken off, take the meat off, enjoy it with your family. You want to get most of the meat off the bone, but it's okay if there's a little bit left. It just makes a better broth when you get a little bit more off. So the second option would to be go and buy a whole chicken that you can cook yourself. You can roast it in the oven, or you can even roast it in your crock pot, which is even better. And then you can use the juices from the bottom. You can use the pan drippings if you do it in the oven. And then the other option is some stores, as well as butchers or even farmers, do sell bones that you can buy already taken with the meat off. That is an option. They tend to sell them for $2 to $4 a pound, depending. My bones that I'm using right now is actually a mix. It's some rotisserie bones, and then some of it's turkey from our Thanksgiving turkey, which is another thing I want to point out, is the fact that you can actually roast bones or make bone broth through a set of bones many times. Chicken, you can get 2 uses out of it, sometimes 3 if it's a bigger bird. Beef, you can get a couple. You're going to get to the point where the bone is actually going to disintegrate, then you're not really going to be able to use it much more. So these bones came from my freezer because I've already cooked with them once before. As far as once the bird has been cooked, you don't need to roast the bones separately after it's been cooked. Only roast them if they have been deboned raw. Then that would be a good idea to roast it to get the flavor out, particularly with meat. Now, like I said, if you have already bought a cooked bird and the bones are done, you don't need to do anything else besides throw them in the crock pot. So that's everything for now. We're going to check back in about 4 hours, and then we'll talk about the next steps of draining it, straining it, and then storing it. So I'll be back in the next one.